Hi, this is Sonia with Artsy Solutions, and welcome to the Essence of Time. And it's hosted by Vera of Spilled Coffee Crafts, and she's on YouTube and Instagram. And this is a 100-day project where you can take 10 to 15 minutes to see if that's all the time you had. You could see what you could make in that time frame. So yesterday I tried to do some catching up from the last few days, and we made this backdrop. I just did like collaging and some stencil work, and I was supposed to add the stickers on here, but I forgot. But I really did want to use my stickers and stuff, so I just made this other little, it's a kind of a collage, it's kind of a collage, but I do like the like kitchen theme, which could also fit into the coffee theme background, and I'm going to be making some cards and tags and things like that out of this. So what I'm going to do today is just some simple stuff, but I'm going to probably sand down some of the stuff on here, and maybe even some of the stuff on here for the backdrop, and then maybe add some color, just a little bit of color. And I want to see what all I can make. I'm going to try to make a spread with this backdrop, so we'll see. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start our timer for 10 minutes, and like I said, I'm just gonna sand some of this down, because I want it to have like a blended in kind of rustic kind of aged look. I want you to still be able to see the words, but I want it distressed looking, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of sanding this down. And I'm going to be adding some paint to it as well, just a little bit. Sorry for the loud noise. All right, well, I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time with that, so let's just kind of wipe that off. And honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this so that it can start drying ahead of time. I'm going to add a little bit of actually, you know what? I'm going to use some Distress Oxide Vintage Photo, and I'm just going to kind of rub it across. And I'm probably going to add some spritz. I want to spritz on a little bit of water. And I'm going to add a little bit of spray on here. This one is if I can see, this is Walnut Stain or Vintage Photo. Oh, this is Walnut Stain. And then we have Vintage Photo. Get a little bit of that. Then I think I'm just going to add just a dab of black. I might as well water that down. Let me get a paintbrush. And then I'm just gonna, my table's not level whatsoever. I'm just gonna dab this on here and just let it pick up some of that color. And then I'm just going to let it dry. And then I'm wondering, I don't really want to saturate it too much. I'm going to leave it as is. That's what it looks like so far. I'm going to leave it as is and let it dry. I'm just going to wipe this up. And then I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to distress the book and just take a little bit off. I like how the sandpaper takes that excess paper off. And it kind of, I was going to say it makes the edge jagged, but in this instance it's not really, but it still takes that paper off, so. Okay, so we're just going to wipe that off, get some of those shavings off of there. Okay, then like I said, I'm just going to add some color going around the edges. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint it on. Just going to, that way I can kind of control it a little bit. And then I'm definitely going to have to add some water just to make this run. But like I said, I really didn't want to get it too saturated because I didn't want to have to wait for it to dry, but I may have to. But I'm okay with that. And I think I'm just going to put some little strokes on here. Just a few. And I am going to spray a little bit. I'm just going to kind of let that just fall and let the colors run and get into the crevices. I'm going to turn it upside down and do the same thing. I'm going to take that brush and try to spread the colors a little bit. And add a little bit of brown. And I like how the colors are starting to come down into the textures of that tissue that dried up. So, well, we've got less than 3 minutes, or we've got roughly 3 minutes. So, this may be all I get done today, which is okay. But I was really wanting to do a little bit more today. But I can live with it if this is all I get. Oh, well, there goes the time. So I'm just gonna put another little dab right there, and I think it needs just a little hair more of just a little bit of black watered down, and then we're just gonna let this dry, and that's gonna be our thing for today. That's gonna be our project. And I'm just gonna, that's what I got in my little 10 minutes. And I'm pretty satisfied with it. Let me just add a little bit of water so that can drain or drip. And then, like I said, I'm just going to let it dry, and then we will reconvene tomorrow. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos, blog, and social media sites. And as always, I thank you guys so much for watching.